Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today, as you can see, I have the newest Genleman Society Eau de Parfum Ambrée. This is by Givenchy and it's the newest edition in the Genleman Society line. I purchased this from France about a little over 80 British pounds and it took about a week to arrive here in the UK. And looking at the presentation, it's very different compared to the other Genleman Society. The easiest way to tell is obviously the side of the packaging. It has a rose gold contrast around the packaging and obviously it says here Eau de Parfum Ambrée. The top we've got the logo and at the bottom we've got the batch code etched up here and the ingredients if you want to pause the screen and read this. Without wasting any further time, I'm going to open this packaging and show you what the bottle looks like inside. So the bottle looks something like this. If you have seen the pictures, it looks exactly like the pictures would. It's a blacked out bottle with a gold emblem at the front, and at the top we've got the logo, and at the bottom it's just the batch code information that matches the box. I'm gonna waste a few sprays for you. And at the bottom of the cap there is nothing shown, and it just clips back like that. So looking on Fragrantica, we can see the main accords are tobacco, amber, vanilla and balsamic. And if you take a look at the note breakdown, there is tobacco, Madagascar vanilla, French Narcissus, amber, leather, Peru balsam, Madagascar vetiver, as well as vetiver. So after wearing this fragrance for a few hours on my skin and clothes today, I noticed that the opening starts off a little bit of that sweet vanilla note, but that only tends to last for about 2 to 5 minutes before it turns to an amber dominated scent which lasts throughout the entire fragrance journey. After about 30 minutes to an hour of applying this fragrance, it turns from a warm woody scent to a very amber leathery vibe, which to some people might find this quite interesting, but I know others as well might beg to differ and they actually dislike those type of warm leathery vibe. But personally, to my nose, I think the way Givenchy has done this was by redefining it to a very smooth transition from a warm spicy woody vibe to a warm spicy leathery vibe. And I think it's a very classic, very elegant type of a scent which is not too overpowering for most people. At least for my nose, I know that leather fragrances tend to be too overpowering for me, but I quite enjoy this. In all honesty, I think it has a very smooth and definitely different compared to all the other Genleman Society flankers. This one leans more towards the warm spicy category, and if you are a huge fan of warm spicy woody or maybe amber scents, then this type of fragrance might be something along your alley. It's not a unique fragrance per se. I think this is a little bit similar to Hugo Boss Bottled Absolu. I'll put up a picture so you have a good reference. It's within that ballpark, but it's not entirely identical. And that being said, the longevity and projection isn't the best, but it also isn't the worst. I think the longevity, for me at least, I get a strong 5 to maybe 8 hours of longevity. It's not really a surprise to me considering all the other Genleman Societies last around the same length anyways, but the projection for this one I get surprisingly quite well. So it projects for about an arm's reach for the first 30 minutes to an hour, and it definitely fills up a room when you first apply this on your skin and clothes, but it turns to a fairly faint skin scent after about 2 to maybe 3 hours mark, which I suppose it's acceptable for this type of fragrance. It's not too in your face and it's definitely not too faint either. So for that reason, I'll give this fragrance a solid 8 out of 10. I quite enjoy this one. It's not really a fragrance I tend to choose or wear, but given its scent, given its complexity and its elegant style, I quite like Givenchy fragrances, especially coming from the Genleman Society line. So it's definitely worth a try in my books, and if you want to buy a full bottle like I did, I highly recommend you to try this on your skin and clothes first to see how it reacts with your skin, especially in how you find the opening as well as the dry down note, because For most people that I've introduced this fragrance to, some dislike the opening and others dislike the base notes. It's definitely a fragrance to look out for. It's either a hit or miss. It's not really for everyone per se, but I think it's much more lenient for most people to wear as well as to smell this on someone. And that is my quick and honest review on Genleman Society Eau de Parfum Ambrée. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and as usual, I'll see you all in my next video.